Alright, so today's video, we're watching a Plat 1 support on console playing Mercy on New Junk City. Say hi. Been watching your videos for 2 years now, and your tips for support have really helped me climb, but I'm still hard stuck Plat. I managed to get into Diamond a couple seasons ago when I was a huge Mercy one-trick. Then I made the silly decision to branch out and try new heroes, and I've been hard stuck Plat ever since. I heard that you were looking for ego VODs, and not to brag, but I totally think I could be a top 500 Mercy after this game. I'd really appreciate any tips to get better at Mercy and just support in general. I feel like my positioning could be a lot better, and I need to be better with my damage boost targets. Thank you. All right, we'll give you some feedback, and we'll see if you should be top 500 after this game. Oh, you're going for some pop shots at the beginning of the round. I do want to say, be careful of getting rolled there right away, but hey, I respect it. 20% ult charge, and that was all damage. So, you just started blasting. So far, so good. I don't even have like a... Movement looks good. So far, so good. Damage boost in Freya. What day did the drive start? The 19th. Yep. Correct decision. So, like, right there, the correct decision is to not go for the res. The Wrecking Ball is clearly going to camp the res. So what this does is this basically makes it a 4v4 elsewhere. And I want to kind of, like, pause for one moment to talk about that. So over here, when the Wrecking Ball just, like, sat here, like, you could see the Wrecking Ball. And you go, well, yeah, but, like, you're going to res your... Like, if you go to res your teammate, you know, you get your teammate back up, it's 5v5. Well, think about this, though. If that Wrecking Ball is going to spend, you know, 10 seconds there waiting for you to go for a res and you never go for a res, that creates a 4v4 up here. And that means they don't have their tank. So this is one of those opportunities where you don't go to res your teammate, you let your, you know, tank go and play aggressive, and then maybe you win the team fight. And that's exactly what happens. Because they were so concentrated on you going for that res that you made the correct decision. Like, when you went in there and went, yeah, no, I'm good, that was the correct play. So good job. That was an ambitious mine. All right, you're just clearing some of the mines to get out, healing your team. Your Mercy play has been fine so far. Don't be afraid to go for the res right away because your teammates are up there. Yep, you can Valk this too. If you were thinking of Valking it, I think that's an okay decision. I think a Valk here is an okay decision by you. Huge. Don't worry about points so much here. Worry about your teammate that was low. Okay. Your Genji was low over here for a little bit. I don't know what ended up happening to them. But what I want to show here is your Genji is looking for heals the whole time over here. And I know that there's people there, but, like, you're so concentrated on, like, the one person on point, but your teammates can deal with that, right? You're also in Valk. So you have opportunity to keep your Genji alive while also being able to make this fast movement. So don't be afraid to do, like, a little bit of a heal. I'm not saying it's going to save your Genji completely, but give your Genji a chance there. And then go back and rotate the heals here. Obviously, you could argue you can go and res that, so, like, there's opportunity there too. But I just think that you were a little bit hard focused on the soldier on point that you kind of lost track of keeping your Genji alive. We're not guessing the rank at the end of it. This is, kind of, they said it was like an ego VOD. They think they should be in top 500. This game, with the way they played. Also want feedback and advice, so kind of like both, an ego VOD with some advice to go with it. Movement's been looking good. I don't even think your damage boosting or anything's been bad. I mean, I think you're doing... That's ambitious of a res, but you made it work. Hey, if it works, it works. Yep, that's not good. Yep. That was a good play by Soldier. It's hard to say. No, not really. I guess that people... really underestimate a lot of things you can do. Like, if I go up against a really good Mercy, I go up against a really good Mercy, and I can tell. Like, it can be tough. Like, it's... Oh, I was like, wait, why won't that show you? I realized the res timer. I was confused for a second, too. I'm like, wait a second. There you go. You can't really help with that one there. That's just a good play. Yeah, that's a Hecate res, and if it works, it works. It's risk reward, but I mean, honestly, like, you had to go for it. Because, like, you're going to lose the team fight regardless if you don't do that, so should have tried to damage boost the Freya. I might have missed that, but yeah, I mean, obviously, anytime you can damage boost the Freya, it's a good thing. Maybe it's just the Freya didn't say anything, which I guess could make sense. How did they live that one? Yeah, that was interesting. I mean, hey, it worked. A little bit aggressive by you and your Echo there. Like that, you and your Echo being aggro there actually was a little bit ahead of your team. You got to make sure you're slowing down there. Again, don't let your teammate get you killed. Sometimes your teammates will go in and play really aggro and you feel obligated to be there, but like that was not going to be a spot. Your teammates are all running back from spawn and you're in a 2v5. Don't be afraid to Valk this. You can Valk. You can be aggressive with your Valks. Okay, thank you. Perfect. Try to get with your Freya or your Echo in a second. You have to go in, not towards the team. Your teammates are dead to the soldier. You can't do anything about that. Now you're good. But the first two you couldn't do anything about. There you go. Heal your Orisa. Good res in your BAP. That is probably the correct res. Your BAP here can win team fights for you. Good damage boost on the Freya. Much better that time. There you go. Yeah, you're good. Using your movement to get away. I want you to start being wary of what they're doing, like looking for you at. Ooh! There you go. You're good for now. Oh god. Oh, your teammates cleared most of the mines. I'm like, holy crap! You're getting away with a lot there. Okay, no shift on Reaper. Be careful if Reaper have an ultimate. You know the Reaper probably has ult. When a Reaper's making a play like that, there's a good chance they have ult. Now I have the luxury of seeing that, but that Reaper has ult without even looking. Anytime you don't see a Reaper a lot, but then you start seeing the Reaper a lot more, that Reaper has ult. A little bit of a note, when I play in top 500 games against really good Mercies, what makes them really good is not them going back and forth all the time. It's their ability to slingshot when they need to. Like, I just want to point that out because what you're doing right now is you're kind of just doing circles around the point because you can. You're going like, wee, around the point. But what makes a really good Mercy in top 500 games is the Mercy's ability to be like, okay, the Mercy's right here. I'm Diva. I'm going in on the Mercy. And that Mercy goes here and slingshots backwards, right? It's a lot more like random. Yeah, exactly. Random movements, things like that, right? So what you need to be careful of is kind of just doing that like flying back and forth between your teammates as like the consistent movement, because what happens is eventually people pick up on that and get the kill. So you want to start doing more of that movement of like, okay, they're on me, or I'm going to go to the Freya and then slingshot backwards, right? Those are like the Mercies that when I play against them in rank can be frustrating because not only are they getting away from me for the kill, they're also going to a teammate who's a little bit further away and going into a damage boost, and then I'm like, crap, like that's their peel. So just be careful of kind of going around the point like that because that's how you go back to spawn really quick. But that slingshot that happens a lot. Okay, you know this Reaper has ult. I mean, this... I'm telling you, anytime you see a Reaper like 4 times in a team fight, that Reaper has ult. Correct decision again. There you go. Now you can go for the res. You're good. Good res choice. What rank is this? Plat? Plat. Yeah, on console, yep. I was just trying to remember. I just forget. I'll read the intro and forget 3 seconds later. It's the same reason why I get shattered and then ask if they have shatter. You know? Like I just... Oh yeah, that Reaper keeps wanting the ult, but like they're just trying to force an ultimate that's never gonna like they're eventually gonna get like 5, but like think how long they've had that ult for. This is where they're ult. They're ult right here. Good kill on the Mercy by your teammate. Don't be afraid to Valk if you want to win the team fight. Again, there you go. Good Valk decision. The reason why it's okay to Valk here is because, like, So many people concentrate on like not using their ultimates for these like amazing moments. Like you just want to, I mean, you just want to have them for amazing moments. I take a team fight win on a rotation part as a victory. You'll get your Valk quick enough. You're building your Valks very quickly. So, damage boost to the right target. There you go. The Sojourn or the Freya are totally fine targets here. New season trailer is today in about 2.5 hours. Yep. Good job. This Reaper is still waiting to ult. I think the storyline of this game so far has been, when will this Reaper ult? Where's Reaper ult? That's become the story here.
It's go time.
This has to be Reaper's moment, right, chat? This is the moment. This is the Reaper ult moment. It's happening. Get ready. I can hear him to your left, too. Okay. This right here, that's a problem right there. It felt like you kind of just zoned a little bit right there and just stopped paying attention to what they were at. You could blatantly hear them going from this way, and you're just, like, running around the point in, like, circles going like, wee, you know what I mean? Like, so, remember, they come from this side. Make sure to position yourself to not get killed from this side. You're lucky you didn't just fall over right away, because that's what could have happened with the way you were playing that. But don't worry, it's time for Reaper's huge moment, chat. Here we go. Yup, there it is. This is what I was talking about with the movement. You know this Reaper has ultimate. You see them teleport and you fly into the Reaper ultimate. Remember, the way that you want to use your movement with Mercy isn't just about using the movement to just use it. It's about using it in ways that make it hard for the team to predict what you're going to do. And if your reaction is to fly into the Reaper ult, that's a problem. So, you got to be a little bit careful in those situations. Because you knew the Reaper had ult. You got to ult track, right? Like, you don't have to ult track, but it's a lot easier to make that decision if you're paying attention to what else they have. So there you go. Hope that's helpful. Oh, you love that staff so much? Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm right there with you on that one. Oh, I love the spin moves you can do. It's great. You can Valk this. Yeah, don't be afraid. Look at your Frey to the right. Go with your Frey to the right in a second. Uh-huh. All right, well. Yep. I mean, this ended up being fine, too. Oh, there we go. Oh, this is a duel for the ages. Yep. Smart play. Get out of there. Let that Reaper chill. You have no supports main. This has been interesting. You don't have to go through that doorway, by the way. There's another doorway right where the BAP's going. Yep. You almost just fell over to the mines there because you were trying to clear the mines out. All right? You can go for the BAP once the Reaper goes towards point. There you go. Good res. Because you know the Reaper's forced to go there, and then you stay alive, and then you win this team fight. Trail's out in a couple hours, to 2.5 hours. If anybody in YouTube was watching the video now is wondering what I mean, this is the day that they're releasing the Season 17 trailer, so everybody's getting excited for it. So, obviously this video will be out past that, but yeah. Nice pick. Damage boosting. You're doing everything fine right now. I mean, like, if you want me to, like, real talk, like, I can already tell that the number one thing you need to work on is going to be your, like, recognizing their ults and when to move around them. Like, when you need to move around the map and when you don't need to just fly to people. Because I think, like, if you want to continuously climb, that's going to be very important, is that you're using your movement to survive. Because like a lot of the good Mercies I play against, that's what makes it so difficult to play against them, is that like the movement's so good that you're not guaranteed to get a kill, and quite frequently you'll go out of position to try to kill the Mercy, but then your movement gets you out of there. So I think that's going to be like a real, like going to be the number one thing for you, is like you gotta just make those decisions a little bit better with how you're going to move around the map. Because otherwise, you're eventually just going to fall over because you're just flying around the map to do it. So, that's what I've been noticing. That was kind of unpredictable. You went into your wrist and then slingshot back. That's more of what I want to see. Of like, yep. Probably on the launch of the ult, because the projectile, when it goes out of there, is when it gets damage boosted. So I imagine that's when it would count. Yep. Good damage boost on your Sojourn. The damage boosts have been. You said you thought maybe your damage boosts were like a little bit off. I haven't really gotten that vibe. I think maybe sometimes you switch to heals really quickly just to switch to heals, but I don't think it's been bad by any means. I think like you've had good damage boost. You're kind of running in one of those predicaments where you have two really good damage boost targets. So like, what might happen is you might damage boost a Sojourn, but because the Sojourn's being damage boost, you're like. Their team is more aware of that, and then the Freya's popping off, so you're like, oh, should I damage boost my Freya? Well, no, maybe your damage boost on Sojourn is what's enabling the Freya to pop off, vice versa, right? So sometimes that's what happens. Is like, when you have two good damage boost targets, and one of them, like, they're kind of, like, afraid to play against them because they're damage boosted, the other one might pop off because they're so distracted by that concept, right? And then, now your Freya pops off, it doesn't mean you're doing a bad job of choosing the right damage boost target. It just means that the other team is, you know, focused on the DPS you're targeting, right? So the movement you have is pretty good at times. I just want to see you really recognize the kind of use your movement to be your #1 survivability tool, and then you're going to pop off as Mercy. Overall, wasn't a bad game though. Like I felt like, you know, you said you feel like you should be in top 500 with this game. What I would say to that is I feel like if you were in a top 500 game, doing the back and forth that you were doing, that the target focus might go right to you, and then next thing you know, you're falling over, and it's just like a domino effect, right? So really focus on improving that movement, straight up. Like really focus on improving that movement, and I think that's when you'll see that climb again, all right? You can play Mercy all day long, just that movement decision is going to be huge there. Also, for the most part, you played pretty well, and your damage boost decision was fine. Could have been better, but it was fine. It wasn't like make or break, okay? So work on that, you'll be good, but good gameplay overall. I mean, I didn't really like think that was bad. Right? Yeah, I thought that was just like work on that, and you'll see your next improvements, and it will be nice. But you got this. You absolutely got this. Like the video? Hit the like button. Subscribe to the YouTube if you haven't. Leave a comment. All of it helps. You want to watch more of these fun videos? Description below. There's a little box right there. So watch that video. It's gonna be a good one. Hope you have an amazing day / night.